Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, should be up. Hello, my little cupcakes. Welcome to a random live where we are gonna be doing something a little bit different than usual, just for fun. I found this video on YouTube called 10 Hardest Choices Ever Personality Test. I saw other YouTubers taking that test. I have not watched the videos, but I want to give it a try myself. So let's do this thing.
Look out, here come the 10 hardest choices you'll ever have to make. Throughout our lives, we are constantly bombarded with major choices. Which university should I apply to? Should I take that higher paid job on the other side of the country? Do I like red M&Ms
Hello,
or
DCAT
blue?
Studio. Thanks for
Our
checking in.
decisions not only determine our future,
Today we're
but
gonna
also
do something
define
a little
us
bit
and shape
different.
our personalities. In this video, Brightside offers you the opportunity to make 10 extremely difficult choices.
Oh,
At the
really?
end of the video,
We'll see about that.
we'll tell you what kind of person you are. There are only 2 possible answers to each question. You need to choose between option A and option B.
Okay.
So this is like the Kobayashi Maru test in Star Trek, huh? As you're taking the
Sure,
test,
why not?
keep track of how many times you choose A or B, because you'll need these totals at the end of the video to find out your results. You'll only have 5 seconds to think about each question
Okay.
before we give you the explanation. Don't think too long and go with your gut. You'll get the most accurate results that
I
way.
always go with the gut. Hey, what the heck happened?
I'm ready, Master. Let's queue up.
Oh, not another freaking ad. Come on. There we go.
Here we go. Counting down from number 10, would you rather
Okay, we have
A, be
10
the smartest
questions,
person
so I'm
around,
gonna
or
use
B,
the A's,
most
count the
charming?
A's on my fingers. The smartest person around or most charming? A. A. I don't
How
need the
about one
charm,
with the
fuck
most
charm.
money? Well, that's not a choice. Now, if you chose A, it means you don't really care about what other people think. You're just
Yeah,
fine on
I
your
don't
own.
care.
If you'd prefer to be charming, other people's opinions are important to you.
Online maybe, yeah, but normally
Question
I don't
nine.
give a shit about people.
Would you rather A, always have to tell the truth, or B, always lie?
I always tell the truth anyway, I don't care about lying. What's the point of that? Too easy.
Can I just take the Fifth Amendment right now? Now, this really is a tough choice.
No.
You either can't lie at all, or you
I'm
can
not
never
even
tell the
laughing at
truth.
all anymore.
If you chose truth over lies, it indicates that you're a selfless person.
No, I think
Question
I'm
eight.
very selfish
Would you
actually.
rather A, never have internet access again,
No.
or B, never take an airplane in your life?
I don't need to fly anywhere. I need the Wi-Fi. I'm going B.
Or C, never have to take an enema? That's not a choice, come on. If you have a fear of flying, the choice might be obvious for you. But if you're an avid traveler, we feel your pain.
As a
Choosing
YouTuber, I need the
internet over
Wi-Fi.
flying could mean that you care a lot about the environment, or you just really love watching our videos on YouTube. Plus, thanks to the internet, you can visit any country you want without ever leaving your apartment.
Okay, sure. Next
Question
question.
7. Would you rather A, find true love, or B, win $1 million?
Give me the money. Give me the money.
Can't we just do both? If you
Would
went
be
for the
great, but give me
it
the money.
might be an indication that you don't really believe in such things as true love. You're probably really practical and unemotional. Question 6. Would you rather A, never be able to speak again, or B, always have to say everything on your mind?
I already say everything that's on my mind. Like, I can't shut up. That's the issue. But still, it's better than shutting up.
Oh, I like that one. Not being able to speak is really hard, but is it worse that you're always saying what you think? Your girlfriend asks you if she looks good, and you are unable to lie and say, yes. Can you imagine the consequences? So, maybe silence is golden.
No,
Or maybe
I say what I think, and people have to accept that.
Question 5.
Dot.
Would you rather A. have a photographic memory,
No.
or B. be able to forget anything you want?
B. I'm already doing B. What's so hard on these questions? This is not hard.
What was the question again? Having a photographic memory means that you can learn all kinds of things really easily. But you know, this can be a curse.
It is
You
a
remember
curse.
all the
That's why
bad
I
things
just
that people
I broke
normally
my
forget.
brain in
So
school
forgetting anything
in my
that you
school
want
days.
At any time now sounds pretty tempting.
I
right?
damaged my brain in my school
However,
days because
choosing a
of this
photographic
crap.
memory means
That's
that
why
you
I'm
are
able
a
to forget
strong
easily
person.
now. Next.
Number 4. Would you rather A. never have sex again, or B.
I don't need it.
never eat your favorite food?
I need the food. I want my cake, okay? I need the cake. I'm very cake obsessed.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Choosing to never have sex probably means that you prefer to be alone.
I prefer
And
to
if
be
you
alone
opted
most
for
of the time in real life,
well,
yes.
You must really love food.
I love
do.
food.
Number 3. Would you rather A. be the only person in the world to live a happy life, or B. be the only person in the world to live an unhappy life?
Is B not the case already? Anyway, B's better.
I'm confused. Now, think about it for a second. This one is extremely hard, too.
No.
Can you really be happy in a world where there are only unhappy people?
No.
Your friends, your family, all having
What about a
hardships
happy
except
community as a
lucky you?
YouTuber? When
Yeah, I could
everybody
give
is
it a
sad,
shot.
it would be
No, not really.
horrible. No.
Question 2. Would you rather A. be the first person to discover an inhabitable planet, or B.
I'm an earthbound
be
person,
the
thank you very
inventor
much.
of a drug that cures a deadly disease? Ooh,
I'm not a
that's tricky
scientist.
one.
But between those two options, because I can stay on the ground, I'm going to invent the drug that cures a deadly disease.
Both of these things are so important for humanity. But curing a disease means that you can save a lot of people right now. Well, discovering a planet would be a huge leap in technology, but only in the long term. So you'd probably never be able to see it in person anyway. And question 1. Would you rather A. be poor but be able to help people, or B. get incredibly rich by hurting other people?
I'd rather be poor. I don't need crap. I just want people to be happy.
Well, this seems obvious, but if you chose option A, it means you're someone who cares about other people more than yourself.
Somewhat.
As for choosing B,
But I'm also very
well,
selfish.
it's pretty much the opposite. Okay, now it's time to see the final results.
Okay, I have 3 A's
Surprise,
and
this was a test of
7
how
B's.
selfish you are. Oh, how sneaky. If you chose A from 1 to 3 times, you're a pretty selfish person.
Yep.
Very few people would like to work with you in a team. It's not that bad, though. It just means that you prefer fighting for yourself to get exactly what you want.
Yep.
But would you really step on other people to get there?
No.
If you chose option A from 4 to 6 times, that means you're moderately selfish. You're like the Goldilocks of this list. Not too
No. There is a typo. There's a freaking typo. You moderately selfish. Ah,
much,
okay.
not too little, just right. Who's been eating my porridge? Pretty much most people would fall into this category. You can be selfish when you need to be. Now, if you chose option A from 7 to 10 times, you're the type of person who is always ready to sacrifice your own interests for someone else. But will you ever get what you want in life if you easily give it up for others?
No, I
Mother
think
Teresa,
not.
She's back. So, what were your results? Do you agree with them? Tell
I
us in
agree
the
with
comment
mine.
section below.
I'm pretty
Like
selfish.
this video and share it with your friends to learn what kind of people you're surrounding yourself with. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to join us on the bright side of life.
Okay, let's do another personality test. Let's see, where was it? This one. You guys take this one with me.
Why are some people blessed by luck, while others are not so lucky? Pay attention to this story.
Helen Hadsell was
The power of interpretation and association is evident in relational psychology. Relational psychology is perhaps best known around the world for its tests and quizzes. But these tests and quizzes are more like games, if you know what I mean, and you know how much I love those.
I love games too. I'm a gamer on YouTube. And casual, of course. The cube test. You guys tell me what you guys think.
Most of these
And I'm
tests
doing the
associated
test
with
for me as
relational
well.
Psychology are designed to cause your subconscious mind to reveal the truth about you to your conscious mind or to a therapist. So today I wanted to put you through one of these well-known tests. It's one of my favorites. It's called the Cube.
The
I
cube.
believe this one was created by a psychologist in Japan. What I want you to do is to follow along with this exercise. But specifically,
Okay.
I want you to follow along in a way where you pay attention to how everything you see feels to you, not just on how it looks. Because
Oh.
a lot about the interpretation or the association that's formed is going to be evident through the way you feel about what you see, not just about the looks of what you see. For example, one person could say that they see the color blue, but they associate it with calm and serenity. Another person could say that they see the color green, but they associate it with calm and serenity. So even though two people are seeing two different things, they've got the same association. for
Okay
those
then.
different things. Keep in mind that as you're doing this exercise, if you need more time on any of the steps, don't be afraid to pause this video and resume it when you're ready. To begin this exercise, I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Now, with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine that you are in a desert. What is this desert like?
It's humongous.
How big or small is it?
Big chungus.
What
I
is it
can't
filled
see
with?
the end of it. It's
What
hot.
is living
It's
and what is non-living in this desert?
hold on. I need to stop this real quick. So basically, it's like very far spread. I can't see the end of it, and it's freaking hot. It's miserable. It's like hurl after hurl, like what you see in the movies, basically. And living beings, there's basically just me, I guess. Yeah, I don't see any living beings beside myself in there. Okay, next.
How do you feel about the desert?
I don't like it. I literally do
How
not
do you
like it.
feel being in it?
It's horrible.
What do you think about it?
I don't want to be
There
here.
is a cube in this desert.
There's a cube, okay.
How big is the cube?
It fits in my hand. It's like
What
Rubik's
substance
cube,
is it made of?
metal,
What is its texture?
flat, and
What is its color?
colorful, like a Rubik's cube.
What do you think about that substance and color?
I don't like it.
How do you feel about this cube?
I don't like it.
How far away is it from you?
It's literally in my hand. In my hand.
Is it transparent or
No.
not?
No, it's literally
In other words,
colorful.
can you see what's inside?
No, I can like take it apart and stuff, but it's like you know what a Rubik's cube is. When you take it apart, it still has substance in there, like parts of it, and some of it you can only destroy by literally crushing it or using a hammer. Up to you. Next.
How big is this cube compared to the desert? What's the ratio?
Tiny. Absolutely tiny.
There is a ladder.
Okay.
Is the ladder leaning on the cube
No.
or not?
No. Mm-mm. It's freestanding in the middle of like let's say about 20 steps away from me. It's a huge long ladder reaching to the sky. I can't see the top of it. Next.
What is the color of the ladder?
It's brown, like some type
What
of
is it
wood.
made of?
Wood.
And what impression does it give you? What is the
Stability.
distance?
Like some something is up there waiting for me, basically. That's what I'm looking at.
It's between the cube and the ladder.
The
What
distance
is the
is
relationship between the cube and ladder?
distance, like I said, like about 20 steps from me to the ladder. The cube is in my hand, so basically it's the same. Relationship to cube and ladder. I don't see any context in there. I don't see any context between the cube and the ladder. But well, I still want to climb up that ladder. Okay. Next.
In this desert, there is a horse.
Okay.
What is the distance between the cube and the horse?
Between the cube and the horse. The cube is basically by me, like in my hand. So it's if you picture the ladder like in the middle-ish, like 20 steps away from me, then go the double distance on the right side of the picture and paint a horse right there. Okay?
What is the color of the horse?
Black. Black.
What is this horse doing?
It's just standing there.
What impression does it give you?
I don't know, it's just standing there. But I like it. I like the horse. It looks very nice.
Is it tied?
No.
Does it have a bridle?
No.
Does it have a saddle?
It does have a saddle.
There is also a storm in this desert.
Okay.
What is the distance between the storm and the cube?
From me, the storm is like almost towards me, but not entirely above me, and it's reaching like from the other end of the painting to almost to me, and it's a humongous storm that could break out, like it could destroy everything it reaches, and it's coming toward me. So yeah, yeah.
Is it a big storm or a small storm?
Humongous.
Is it passing by or staying?
Well, it's coming towards me, but it's more staying than passing. Like it's barely moving, but it's there.
What are the qualities of this storm?
What do you mean
feel?
qualities? It's just very destructive and threatening.
About this storm?
How do I feel about the storm? One side comforting because of the rain, and the other part I'm frightened that it could kill me, basically. Okay, next.
In this desert,
Yes.
there is a flower / multiple flowers.
One flower. There's one flower.
How many flowers are there?
One.
Where is the flower?
If I look downwards to my feet, more on the leftish side, maybe 1 or 2 steps away in the ground, like where normal flowers bloom out, like from the ground, it's just there. It's like a normal basic flower. Okay.
Flowers. And especially, where is the flower or multiple flowers?
Literally almost at my feet.
Cube?
In relation to the cube, it's also very colorful. It's just like yeah, it's just there. It's just there, pretty close.
What's the color of the flowers?
The flower's yellow.
How hardy or fragile do they seem to you?
Hardy or fragile? Pretty fragile, actually. It looks very fragile. If I step on it, it could break or die. What else? like it's not a sunflower yellow. It's more like a very light, calm type of yellow. You know what I mean, right? Okay, next.
How do you feel about the flowers?
Comforting.
How do they feel about you?
How should I know? It's a flower. Like, I don't know. Freaking ad.
Ready for your answers? Okay, I
Sure.
want you to remember that your interpretation of what you saw also matters.
Okay,
But let's get into what they mean about you. Ready?
sure.
The desert is a representation of your worldview or how you feel about the world in general.
Oh, it's
How
Among Us,
giant
yes.
or vast that desert is, that represents how vast your view of the world is.
It is
How much
huge.
you comprehend of it. The conditions of this field represent your attitude towards the world at large. So
So basically, I
that
hate it. Okay.
external reality that you live in.
Except for Japan
For
and
example, if you
USA
don't have a lot of living things there, and if you're
and
all by
South Africa, where I cover. There are exceptions from where I do not hate it, but where I am now, I hate it for real. Okay,
yourself here, what it means is that you think that the world is pretty lonely.
it is pretty
If
lonely.
it seems like a lot of the elements are non-living and it's pretty like dry and
Yes,
sparse,
it is.
chances are you're pretty pessimistic, and the world that you live in, you don't feel like enriches your life very much.
It doesn't.
Or for example, let's imagine that your desert is not dull. Instead, it's vibrant and it's full of all kinds of things, both living and non-living. This suggests a more optimistic viewpoint towards the world, and also that you feel like the world contains a lot of richness for you, and you feel
Not
fully
really.
alive and happy to be in it.
No.
So, what does your desert tell you about the way you feel about the world? Cube. Now, the cube itself represents your personality, but more than that, your view of your own personality. It
Oh,
represents what you think about yourself.
so I
For
hate
example,
myself. Okay, cool.
Let's say that your cube was made of yellow stones.
It's not.
And when you really feel into that, you feel like that yellow is warmth and the stones is about strength. Then it means that you think you're a very warm but very strong person. It's a way of simplifying it. The
Okay.
distance between yourself and the cube in this vision of yours represents just how well you know yourself, or how
I know
close
myself
you feel
very
to
well.
understanding yourself. People who are very close to the cube feel like they understand themselves.
It's
and they
literally
get
touching my
themselves and
hand.
they see into
It's in my
themselves.
hand. I know myself
People who
very
are
well.
very
Yes.
distant tend to lack an overall awareness of their self, their personality, and
Okay.
how the world sees them. Also, the distance between yourself and the cube suggests just how integrated your conscious and subconscious is, your outer and inner world. People who have a very big distance between themselves and the cube in this scene tend to not really get into themselves to try to understand themselves. Instead, it's kind of like I don't know what's in there.
Okay.
The ratio of the cube relative to the desert itself, meaning how big or small your cube was and where it was, whether it's hovering right in front of your face or whatever, suggests a lot about how you feel about yourself in relationship to the rest of the world. Obviously, the more grand and in your face and large that cube is, the more you feel like you are very important and meant for big things in life.
Not
It
me.
also suggests that you like being the center of attention.
I don't like attention
People
too
who
much.
see an
Except for
excessively
YouTube
tiny
and
cube,
TikTok.
on the other hand, tend to feel smaller than life instead of larger than life, and they tend to feel like they're not meant for as much as the people who have a very large cube.
Hello.
To generalize, a cube
Hey,
that has a
Regina, how are you doing?
transparent surface,
Hi.
meaning you can see through it and see into it, tend to be people who are more open in general. They also tend to be people who are pretty transparent, pretty honest, pretty authentic. But this is where things get a little bit tricky and why you need to pay attention to what you feel. Sometimes if you can't see through a cube, it's more of an indication of the fact that a person does not feel like people are capable of understanding, seeing, feeling, and hearing them.
Yeah,
So it's
hi.
not just an indication of whether
Hi.
you like to keep secrets. Some people who really want to be understood still see their cube as totally not able to be seen through because of the fact that they don't feel like other people understand them very well. Contrary to that, a person who has this transparent cube is more likely to think that they wear themselves on their sleeve and that other people actually do understand them because of it, see, feel, hear, or get them. Pretty much the best news that you have as somebody with a transparent cube is that you tend to be incredibly sincere. A cube that is made of water or ice psychologically suggests that you are at the influence of others, meaning that your personality, instead of being something that really is like a strong core,
Mm-hmm.
you experience your personality as being influenced by everything around you, people,
Yeah,
places,
not me.
things, circumstances,
Hey, yo,
socialization,
Skittle, how
everything.
you doing?
Now let's pretend you see a
Hello.
hollow cube. This is an
Thanks for
indication that
checking
as
in.
a persona or personality, you tend to care more about
Yeah,
what's
we're doing
on the
something
surface
different
and
today.
about what you present to the world, more than you care about
I'm doing
deep
like a
diving
personality
into
test
what
today,
is the contents of your
just for
internal
fun,
self.
because
This
I
doesn't mean
saw a lot
that
of
there
other
isn't
YouTubers doing
incredibly
some.
complex under the
So it's
surface
like,
stuff to your
okay,
personality.
why not?
It just means that's not where your focus is, and that's definitely not what you're showing to the world. So if you see a hollow cube, for example, one of the questions you
Mine
want to
was
ask
not
yourself
hollow.
is, why do I care so much about appearance? A cube that is made of metal or
Yes.
rock suggests that you have a very solid personality, which completely opposite of the water or ice personality.
That's me, alright.
Is something that is not influenceable by others, meaning
Perfect.
you have a very solid core, you know exactly who you are, and you
Yep.
do not want that thing to be influenced by other people.
Yes,
It also
that's me.
suggests that you're both dominant and consistent, so not
I
a lot
don't
of
know.
variability
I didn't
in your
know that you were
personality.
live.
People can pretty much predict what you're going to do.
Now you know.
On top of this, it can at times suggest that you do not
Well,
want
normally,
people to see
if your
into you. You feel
notification
more
bar is
controlling
activated, you
about
should
what you show
get
to the world.
notifications that
And
that
so
I'm live.
either you don't see into yourself and maybe even don't spend a lot of time there, or you don't want others to. So why? What does the cube that you saw and the way you felt about it tell you about yourself? The ladder represents your goals.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, the longer that ladder is, or
Very
the
long.
shorter it is representative of how big or small your goals really are.
Like I said,
The
it was
distance
reaching to the
between the
sky.
ladder and the cube says a lot about what you're doing right now in your life relative to your goals. If
It is
that
pretty close,
ladder
but still
is
sort
right
of
next
away
to you,
still.
maybe even leaning against the cube, it means you're putting
Was not
everything into your
leaning.
goals. That's the thing that's the most important thing
It
for
was
you
like
right now. If it's
freestanding.
laying down on the floor somewhere away from you, it means that you're not really dedicating your focus and energy
I
to
heard it
your
from
goals
Ovidip.
right now.
Oh, okay.
That'd be an interesting
Good
thing
to know.
figure out why.
Thanks for telling me.
Another thing, if your ladder is leaning on the cube,
It's not.
it means that your life is about your goals. You are an achievement-oriented person relative to one goal or many.
Okay.
It also suggests that you have a big goal to achieve. So let's say somebody who's decided that they must start a new program for some type of underprivileged child.
My
or a person
notifications
who
on my computer is
must
off.
win a gold medal. That's a person who you're going to see the ladder leaning against the cube. If that ladder
I
is
see,
extending
alright.
way beyond the cube, sometimes you'll see that, where it's either
Good to know
freestanding like
about
this
that.
and going way beyond the cube, or leaning on but still extending past the cube, then a person feels as if, in the current moment, those goals are not possible to achieve, or they're further or beyond them. It also suggests that a person feels like they lack the resources to achieve those goals. If the ladder is underneath the cube, it suggests that you like to stay on top of things, and so you don't like anything
No,
to
it's
be
not on
bigger
top
than
of the
you.
ladder.
And this may
Like I said, it was
lean you in the direction
freestanding.
of picking only small goals that you know 100%
Hello
are
again.
achievable,
Hello.
so you can feel in control of them.
Yes, I saw your
Now here's
first
the
hello
interesting
too.
one. Whatever this ladder is made of and how sturdy or
Wood.
not sturdy it is,
Pretty sturdy wood.
suggests the amount or quality of support you feel in achieving these goals. So for
Sort
example,
of.
you could have somebody that has a very big goal, meaning their
Sort of
ladder is
supported,
very
yeah.
tall and it's leaning right against that cube. However, it's made of something like old wood, which looks pretty fragile.
My
This
Wi-Fi
suggests
just
that this
dropped
person
for a
has
bit.
big
What
goals,
did I
but doesn't
miss?
feel like they have a lot of support
Me just sitting
in
here
order
talking to
achieve
that
those
woman.
goals. The horse. This one's going to interest you guys.
Ooh,
This
okay.
is about the lover that you're subconsciously seeking.
Oh,
Not
okay.
the consciously seeking one, the subconsciously seeking
He
one.
wanted to ask if you want to add
Alright,
him
so
on
let's see what it means about
Pokemon.
you, shall we? If the horse is facing the cube,
I'm a
it
solo
means that you
gamer. I
want
don't
all the
really add
attention
people
of
to
your
my
lover.
games.
How
Sorry.
close that horse is to your ladder suggests how much you want your lover's attention and focus to be towards supporting
I'm very
you
picky
in
with
your
the
goals
collabs
and
as
your
well.
life. If the horse has a bridle, and especially if it's tied in some way,
Did
this
not
suggests
have.
that in your relationship that you're looking for subconsciously, you feel the need to be in control of your partner.
No.
So power dynamics in a relationship are quite important to you. If a horse has a saddle on,
Did have
it
a
means
saddle?
that you really want security
Yes.
in the relationship with your lover.
Yes, me wants security.
Now let's pretend that you've got one of those horses that's running wild, running away from the cube. Maybe you have to chase it totally wild, totally
Nah, not
free,
wild. It
it
was
means that the
standing
lover you're
there.
looking for is not oriented towards you necessarily.
I
It's
told
somebody
him,
who's wild,
okay,
it's somebody
thank
who's
you.
spirited, it's somebody who's passionate, who cannot be tamed. In other words, you're somebody who values freedom in your lover and maybe even unpredictability.
Today I
It
started
also
working on my
suggests,
video
and I
game.
want those of you who are
Awesome.
intimacy avoidant to think
I'll be
about
making
this.
great
If your
progress.
lover is this wild horse, you may actually
Well,
be looking for somebody on a subconscious level who's
keep me
super
updated on
independent,
that on
who
any
doesn't lean on
social
you too
media.
much.
You know how to
The
reach me.
storm. The storm represents
I
the
always pop up
challenges
randomly
or
when I
problems
see
in your life.
notifications.
So obviously, if you've got a very small storm and it's far away from you,
No,
it kind of means,
was
yeah,
pretty
there are
close.
some problems within the world or within life itself, but they're manageable and they're kind of like over there right now. Obviously, to the opposite, if you have a super intense storm
Super
that's
intense,
wreaking
yes.
havoc, that's right over the top of the cube, you may feel like your problems are not surmountable or bigger than you.
It was not
or
on
too
top of me,
intense
but
to
like
deal with and are
almost
right the hell on top
at
of you.
me, like,
Now, one time, I
yeah.
actually did this with a person who saw a storm inside the cube. So when I said
Oh,
there's a storm
really?
in the desert, it was inside the cube. Obviously, this means that you see yourself as a person who's got an internal storm going on, probably on a subconscious level, that you need to resolve, but maybe avoiding.
Oh, okay.
Again,
Interesting.
thinking about the storm and thinking about the way you felt about it, what does that tell you about your relationship to the problems or challenges in your life? Flowers. All right. So in relational psychology circles,
I'm trying to
there's
understand how
argument
to
about
make
what these
a
flowers
3D
represent.
model.
In fact, there's actually argument
Ooh, that
relative to
might
the
be
latter
a bit
as well.
difficult, but you can
when
do
it
it
comes to the
with
flowers,
practice
there are two
and
main arguments for what it represents. The first
courage
argument is
and a
that
lot
the
of
flowers
motivation. You'll be
represent
able to do
your
it.
friends and or
Oh, he
family,
meant the bot
meaning your
Pokemon
social
for your
connections in your
server.
life. So obviously, the amount of flowers you see
What bot
represents the
Pokemon?
significant relationships to you. So let's break this down.
Oh, you mean for Discord? You mean for Discord? I'm still unsure about that actually. I'm still unsure about that. Putting that Pokemon catch thing on my Discord server. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm still thinking about that. Okay, I'll let you guys know about that later on when I have decided. Thanks for the support. No, I thank you all for your support. You're the best guys ever. Yes. Okay. Awesome.
Let's imagine that you've got a few flowers. That means that you've got a few very close, very important relationships.
I have
a few
one
very
flower.
special people.
One flower.
But let's say that you're somebody where in that desert, your desert's full of a ton of flowers. And even more, if you feel the same roughly about these flowers, this might mean that you're kind of a social butterfly. You're somebody who likes to socialize with a lot of people, but you may not go deep or really latch onto a few specific special people. If you see your flowers in rows, this suggests that you organize your friends in layers relative to how special or important or close they are to you.
Okay,
and
no
it also
problem.
suggests that
Okay.
you definitely have experienced
Good.
people coming and going in your social sphere, and it's created trauma for you. The locations of those flowers relative to your cube and ladder tell you all kinds of things as well. If those flowers are way, way far away from you, that suggests how
No, it was
close
pretty
you
close.
feel to those people and how much you feel like they understand you.
Oh,
So what's
okay.
the strength of your current connection to them, pretty much? If those flowers are right next to your ladder, it means you have a subconscious expectation or need for your friends or family or whoever those social connections are to support your purpose and your goal. Also, the color of those flowers
The
very
ladder
much
isn't that far
represents the
away, but it's
feeling
closer
you
to my
have
feet.
in your relationships. The second argument relative to the flowers is that the flower
Tomorrow's school? No, in 3 hours. Oh, I hated school back then. Good luck with that, buddy. I hope it won't be a pain in the ass.
flowers actually represent your children or future children.
What? No, I
That
don't
the
want
amount
children.
of flowers you see represents the
I have a
amount
puppy.
of children you either have or want to
Puppy's the
have.
only thing I need.
Frage.
Oh,
Würdest
come
du
on, bruv. No. No ad. Just skip that, please.
The closer those flowers are to the cube represents how close you are to this idea of having children or how close you are to your
I don't want
existing children.
children.
If those flowers
I follow
are
you on
really
Twitch
close
today.
to that
Ooh, thanks,
ladder,
Skittle.
that means that one of the goals you have in life is to have children. The different colors relative to the flowers, if we're using this children type of association, is that those colors
You have your
represent the
dog.
way you feel towards
Exactly.
your children.
She's
They
more
also
than enough.
represent what you want in
I
terms
love
of
her
children,
so much.
gender-wise,
I don't want
and
children.
also
I have a
varying
puppy.
ages.
I love my puppy.
So how did you feel towards those flowers? It's
Was
worth
that
deeply
Dutch?
looking into the meaning of
No.
colors as they relate to psychology, but for the sake of your understanding, I'm just going to give you a few of these associations that exist between psychology. Black.
What do you mean?
Black
I
is the color
English.
of
What?
authority, elegance, sophistication, mystery, secrecy, and seduction. It can also imply darkness and or painful emotion, even traumas,
Oh.
or rarely oneness, which is everythingness. White
I thought the L was
symbolizes
Dutch.
innocence,
I don't
peace,
know.
purity, simplicity, cleanliness, and rarely nothingness, like a blank slate. Red. Red represents dominance, power, action, motivation, ambition, leadership, willpower, passion, and sexual energy.
Eh.
It is also the color that many people associate with romantic love. Pink. Pink represents softness, kindness, friendliness, nurturing, calming, love, and naivety.
That reminds me of
Orange.
cherry blossom
Orange
trees.
represents energy, enthusiasm, excitement, attention-seeking, thrill, and warmth. Sometimes for people, it also represents intensity of emotions or sexuality. Blue. Blue represents knowledge, openness, royalty, loyalty,
Gandalf.
tranquility, calm, serenity, security, stability, reliability, and oftentimes sadness.
Oh, yeah, I had that. I have
Green
that.
represents compassion, growth, balance, harmony,
Okay.
equilibrium,
Not-
prosperity,
Not my color though.
relaxation, renewal, and vitality. Yellow.
That was the flower.
Yellow represents optimism, joy, enthusiasm, and playfulness. Overpowering, sociability, uplifting, cheer, inquisitiveness,
Yeah,
and
pretty
original
much.
thought.
That's what I felt with the flower.
Purple.
But it was not that that type of yellow. It was less that spam in your face. It was more like very calm, very a lightish yellow that is not so bam in your face. You know what I mean, right? A little bit bleached, just a little bit more bleached. Yeah.
Purple
Okay.
represents nobility, luxury, wealth, wisdom, spirituality, frustration, arrogance, creativity, and oftentimes abundance. Brown.
Okay.
Brown shows stability, reliability, solidness, strength, resilience, groundedness, safety, stubbornness, isolation, and it's also the color of nature and earthiness.
Earthbound. The
Gray.
game.
Gray represents neutrality, calm, balance, detachment, lack of emotion, impartiality, loss, and depression.
Mhm.
Silver. Silver represents dignity, graciousness,
Very nice.
justice, discerning, unbiasedness, sleekness, ornate, industriousness, quiet wealth, perseverance, patience, and emotionality.
Okay.
Gold.
I don't like
Gold
you.
represents success, wealth, winning, achievement, triumph, luxury, prestige, status, extravagance, pride, charisma.
I don't
and
like
luck.
your arrogant ass, Gold.
Now that you've done this exercise,
Okay.
I do want to warn you that some people also, like I said, disagree about the ladder. Some people believe that the ladder represents friendships. If you're interested in this interpretation, you can easily
Nah, I think it
look up
was
online.
Gold. I don't know.
You can also
Okay, I think that is good enough for this one. I gotta go. Bye. Have a nice day. YouTube, Skittle. Thanks for checking in, by the way. What do we have? Hmm. 10 questions that'll reveal who you really are. Okay, let's do that. Because we can.
Chasing that A and want to save time on proofreading? Grammarly
Bye
makes
everyone.
editing
Bye
one
Skittle.
click simpler.
Thanks for checking in. Hope you have a great day. Bright side.
10
questions.
questions
Oh.
that reveal who you really
So you're reading
are.
it for me. Okay, cool.
You might think you know yourself better than anyone else.
Of
but
course.
do you know who you really are?
Maybe.
There may be some aspects of your personality that you either subconsciously don't want to accept or don't even notice. Luckily, this test
Okay.
will open your eyes to your true self.
Okay.
We have all kinds of fun, informative, and helpful videos like this one on the bright side of life, so be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to stay on top of all our daily updates.
Sure. Get on with it.
This self-discovery test has 10 questions. After
Okay.
each one, you'll get 10 seconds to mull over your choice.
Okay.
After you pick an answer, you'll learn what your choice means. If you're ready to find out who you are deep down, then let's get started.
Okay.
10. What's the first thing you see in this picture?
Crocodile. Definitely crocodile. Oh, there's a boat too. But yeah, the first thing I saw was the crocodile. Fucking ads everywhere, bruv.
If you first noticed a crocodile, you're the type of person who sees the big picture. That could mean that you sometimes take the small details in life, like a walk in the park or a cup of hot coffee in the
Yeah.
morning, for granted. But that's because
For granted?
there are
No.
always bigger things for you to concentrate on. You're likely to be practical and sensible.
Okay, that's
Taking
true.
risks isn't your thing. You're a bit on the cautious side when it comes to new experiences.
Yes. Yes.
If you saw a boat right off the bat, this means that you have an eye for detail. People often describe you as creative, attentive, and precise. At the same time, you tend to get
I
too
am a
caught up in the
painter as
small
well.
details and miss the big picture.
I think
At
I'm a
work
mix
or
of those
school,
two
You may get engrossed in one part of a project and completely forget about the main task on the whole.
as well. Yes, I'm a mix of those
Nah.
two.
Now, what's the first thing you see in this image?
I see two faces and a vase. Like both of them at once.
If you immediately saw faces, you're pretty people-oriented. You're an extrovert, which means you need to change your battery through social interaction with others. You're
No.
friendly, communicative, and, in
Only
most
online.
cases, the
Only
life and
online,
soul
okay?
of any party.
Only online.
If a candlestick stood out to you, you're more introverted.
That's a
You
candlestick?
often
I
get caught
thought
up in
that
your
was a
own thoughts.
vase.
And if you have to choose between staying at home and going out, more often than not, you'll choose the first option.
I want to
You have a
inside.
few close friends that you adore, but you mostly enjoy being alone.
Yes, that I do.
Now, take a look at this picture. Who would you help first?
The guy with the broken foot, I guess.
If you chose to help the guy in crutches, you're a leader by nature. You are organized, practical, and focused on your life and goals. People might find you a bit cold emotionally. If you
Oh.
decided to help the crying baby, you're a very empathetic person. Your friends know that they can vent to you about their problems and find peace after such conversations. Sometimes you get too affected by other people's emotions. Be careful that others don't take advantage of you. If you pick the nurse to help out first, you don't worry too much about serious problems. This woman is the only one in the picture who doesn't really need help. So choosing her means you take things that come your way lightly. You're optimistic and always look on the bright side of life. You're a communicative and adventurous person with a laid-back attitude.
Not
And
me.
if your choice was to help the elderly lady, you have high moral principles. Traditional values are very important to you. You respect elders, and the fact that they don't really do you any favor in return shows your selflessness.
Okay.
7. A lot of people nowadays claim to be perfectionists, but are they really? Test yourself by choosing the odd figure among these three.
Only the middle
If
one.
you chose the gray figure, then
Yes.
you are a bona fide perfectionist. Unlike
Okay.
the others, the gray one isn't a square, but a rectangle. The next question tests your stress resistance as well as your survival skills. 6. You need to escape from a room, and you have 3 doors to choose from. Behind the first, there's a hitman with a loaded rifle. If you open the second door, you'll find a lion that hasn't eaten in 2 months. As for the third, there's a raging fire behind it. So, which door will you choose to survive?
The lion. If I can sneak around it without waking it, I
Experienced
can.
survivalist would choose
I
door
can,
number
like-
2.
Okay, there we go.
Lions are known to survive without food for as long as a month. Starving for 2 months would definitely kill the animal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
5.
Okay.
Which coffee are you? An espresso,
I don't like coffee.
double espresso, cafe mocha,
I'm more of a
latte,
tea person.
cappuccino, americano, iced coffee, frappuccino, or macchiato.
No, but the last one looks intriguing.
If you're an espresso, you're more traditional and prefer to keep it simple.
I don't like
As for
coffee.
you double espressos, work means a lot to you. You're determined, responsible, and maybe a little impatient.
The last one reminded me of hot
If
chocolate,
you
that's why.
identify as a cafe mocha, you value beauty, but also practicality. If you're an Americano, you're calm and keep your emotions under control. All you iced coffees out there are confident and honest. You probably also live in a hot climate. If you're a Frappuccino, you're friendly and outgoing, but you're also not opposed to just lounging around the house. If you're a latte, you're very thoughtful, but you can also be a bit indecisive. If you're a cappuccino, you're independent and logical. At the same time, you can
I
be
don't
a
care
bit of a
about any
dreamer.
coffee, so I don't know these names.
If you're a macchiato, you're sociable, energetic,
I'm just
and
going based by
spontaneous.
the looks of it. I typed.
4.
Oh my! Which one was the one I
Imagine
tipped
you're
on?
scuba diving and suddenly see a mermaid. What color is her tail? The color of the mermaid's tail shows how sociable you are and how well you interact with others.
Blue.
If you imagine a mermaid with a bright tail, let's say red, yellow, or orange, this means that you're the type that can talk to just about anyone. If the mermaid's tail was darker, like green, blue, or purple, you're probably a bit shy. You may be very communicative with your close friends, but you're cautious around people you meet for the first time.
Yes. Yes, that I am.
3. While you're driving, you also notice a fish. What does it look like? Is it friendly and calm, or aggressive and dangerous?
Aggressive and dangerous? A
The
flipping
fish
shark?
represents the way you tend to resolve disputes. If the fish you imagined is docile and inoffensive, chances are that you can confidently stand up for your opinion and defend the things you believe in. If the fish is a predator like a shark, or it looks aggressive, you probably tend to avoid arguments and confrontation.
Yes.
It may be difficult for you to express your point of view clearly.
Yes, that is me.
2. You keep swimming and exploring this underwater world. You suddenly spot a beautiful shell lying on the seabed. What does it look like?
I don't know. A shell with
The shell indicates how open you are towards the people around you.
like
If you imagined a simple flat seashell,
this.
doesn't matter
Yes.
if it's closed or open. It's not hard for you to reveal your thoughts and emotions to others. If the shell in your mind is intricately shaped or has some unusual pattern,
No.
you're likely to be more reserved. You aren't a person who easily shares the details of their life with strangers or mere acquaintances. 1. Finally, it's time to finish your diving excursion. You reach the shore and look around the beach. Are there any people there?
No.
The people on the beach represent your friends. If the beach is crowded, you're probably a social butterfly constantly surrounded by friends and acquaintances. If you imagine just a few people on the beach, you might not have a ton of pals, but you cherish your small but close group of friends very deeply. And if in your imagination you found yourself on a totally empty beach, it's probably difficult for you to trust other people. You
It was
may be
empty,
totally fine
yes.
with having no friends at all. Have you found out anything new about your personality?
No.
Feel free to share your results in the comments below. Remember to give this video a like and send it to your friends so that they can get to know themselves better too. And don't forget to subscribe. After all, life is much more exciting on the bright side.
Okay, awesome. I guess that's that for today, guys. If you want me to do more kinds of tests like this, video-wise, or just Google it up on the internet, on Google itself, let me know. And also let me know your answers in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a interesting insight of me and yourself. And we'll see each other next time. Shadow and out.